Hi, I'm Stephanie Wainwright. I'm a wife, a mom, a business owner, and my life is chaotic all the time. So I created this podcast to help you find the funny, the good, while navigating through the chaos. This is Chaotic Compass Podcast. All right, guys, what is up? Thanks for tuning in. Chaotic Compass, Stephanie here, solo tonight. Thanks for joining in. So just going to jump right into, I heard this segment on NPR radio. Yeah, I am not that old. And so my husband decided to listen to some NPR radio and I was subjected to it, but there was this segment and here we go. I feel like this is how I got sucked into Sunday morning on CBS and now I'm listening to NPR radio. It was a segment on PTSD associated with the pandemic. And they were listing out a bunch of symptoms associated with it and it was like, both my husband and I kind of looked at each other and was like, yep, that's Stephanie. Like, what the hell? And so I was going to read out some of these symptoms, right? Okay, so negative mood and thinking, difficulty controlling your emotions, feelings of anger, irritability, panic, and constant anxiety. I feel attacked. Finding it hard to feel pleasure, a sense of heavy guilt and shame, negative self-perception such as feeling diminished, worthless, and defeated, problems relating to others. Now, that's the only one I disagree with because I am such an empath. I feel everybody else's over top of my own. So I disagree with that one. Problems in relationships and feeling detached from people, problems with sleeping, and concentrating because of being in a state of hyperactivity. Hey, y'all. Being easily scared and startled. Don't come up behind me because you might get windmilled. And self-destructive behaviors such as fast driving or drinking too much. And that's what's going to lead me into, hey, y'all, what's up? This is something awesome I found at my new friends, and I've already highlighted them in a couple episodes. And I'm wearing a shirt that I got from them, the Early Birds Bottling Shop in Poquoson, Virginia. Hey, y'all, what's up? So, segment into that, right? They are the newest bottle shop in the 757. That's an area code, by the way. Specializing in all your craft beer needs. They have an abundant selection of wines, ciders, seltzers, meads, and beer, along with our cooking rubs, hot sauces, and more. So, I mean, that makes sense. You're drinking a beer and you're grilling out. They are not your ordinary beer store. earlybirdsbottlingshop.com. They're on Facebook, guys. Check them out. So, look at this cute. Okay, so this is called Shilling Hard Cider, and it's local legend, and it's this cute little, look at it. Okay, you have to go on Facebook to check this out, the actual can. Okay, so it's Bigfoot with sunglasses and a boombox. Like, what the, it kind of looks like Chewbacca, but you know, you can't tell the difference between Chewbacca and Bigfoot, but whatever. Like, how cute is that? Like, and it's really good. I enjoy it. It's kind of got a dry finish to it, and it's not like crazy sweet. It says it's a classic semi-sweet, so I definitely think it's stronger and sweeter than a Bold Rock, but it's in a 12-ounce can, and it's 5.2%, so cheers to that, okay? So, all right. Back to it. So, symptoms for PTSD, right? I listed some of those symptoms, and every single one of them except for one is literally attacking Stephanie. And it's like, what the heck is going on? And it's like, what caused the PTSD? What's going on? Like, I wasn't, okay. I wasn't raped. I wasn't brutally beaten, or, like, these aren't things. Like, don't call the cops on Ryan, it's not him. It's, y'all think, the pandemic. Because people were dying and the shutdown and businesses were super impacted or closed. And then there was no toilet paper. No toilet paper. Okay, make fun of that. But, for real, like, I don't know how everybody doesn't have PTSD at this point. I tried to look up some stats on what the number was different from pre-pandemic to post-pandemic, or we're not even post-pandemic, during the pandemic. And I couldn't find any. So it's like, y'all need to get your stats together. Like, if that's a stat, like, you would think that would have been on the NPR's website or associated with what they had going on, but it was not. So you are not alone, okay? This chick, 90% sure I've got PTSD. It's self-diagnosis, so basically I'm doctor now. So just, it's cool, fine, it's fine. And I could diagnose your PTSD too. Not really, don't do that. These are all things from so relink.org had listed these PTSD symptoms, and I just read them out. That was from the internet. That wasn't from Stephanie's brain. I couldn't remember what they had said on NPR, and I was just reading them out. So if you feel more than one of those symptoms, you should seek out professional help. That's my PSA for this evening, and I'm not judging. There's no judgment here, and just saying that. But you're not alone, right? You're not alone. And that is literally what I feel so much right now, is that I feel alone with all of this, all of these massive anxiety. I'm so irritable. I'm just so alone. And I feel like I have to be everything for everyone, right? Like wife, mom, business partner, chauffeur, daycare, reminder, like, hey, honey, don't forget to grab the duct tape off the table that you set there, and it's going to sit there if you don't remember it, and then my mother's going to remind me, and it's going to be super annoying, and I don't really need that extra. Or, I'm the party pooper, like, I got to bring you down, like, that's my job, apparently. At least I'm not butt wiper anymore. Talking about party pooper. Like, I'm not the butt wiper anymore. So let's cheers to that one. Like, I don't wipe butts anymore, you guys. If you have kids, and if you don't, it's cool. Like, no judgment. But if you have kids, you get to that point where it's like, holla, what's up? I ain't gotta wipe your butt. I cannot tell you how many times I got the scream, Mom, go wipe my butt. And it's like, this is what I have in life. This is what I am. I can remember one time my son, I know we're getting off topic, he didn't wipe his butt. He was potty training. And so, he actually went, number 2, he didn't wipe his butt, but he didn't put his underwear back on, and he smeared poop all over his bed sheets. It was one of those, I will remind you of this moment for the rest of your life, and probably tell any potential significant others that you might bring into this house. Just saying, like, I love you, but I dealt with legit shit. I don't know when I got dubbed the person that's the keeper of all the things. I don't know when I got dubbed the person that does it all, or is the negative Nelly, or like, who assigned that task to me and didn't let me know? What's up with that? Like, okay, so I work from home, and neither one of my kids' dads do, and so when they're out of school, they're here. I love my kids, and they're getting to be as self-sufficient, but it's like, they're here with me. And if I actually had a quote, quote, real job and I was in an office, what would we do? And that isn't a conversation, and it automatically defaults to Steph. And so that's just, Steph needs to grow a pair and freaking talk to her ex-husband. That's all it needs to be. So we're just going to move on from that. So I also feel like nobody freaking sees me. So, like, I'm struggling, and I take that back. This morning, my husband did see me, and so I appreciate that. But besides for this morning, I can literally be like drowning in dishes and drowning in laundry and or literally drowning in work. I'm sitting right here at this desk and I'm like, piles of stuff. Like, look at the piles, piles of stuff everywhere. And then like, hey mom, you want to watch this YouTube video with me? And I'm like, oh yeah, totally, because I have time. What? Okay. Instance. So my kids are finally back in school. I think I talked about this the other week, but my kids are back in school, and so it's just me in the house during the week. Well, it's my parents, the dog, and me in the house. And so I was like, cool. My mother is making a bunch of ruckus downstairs, and then she hollers up, hey. I'm like, come over to the stair. Hey, what's up? What do you need? Yeah, so I'm gonna vacuum and these stairs need to be swept. I mean, but her first question was, hey, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm working. What are you doing? Well, I'm getting ready to do this and I need you to sweep the stairs. So guess what Stephanie did? Fucking swept the stairs. If I was in the office, I wouldn't have to do that. And it's like, I don't know where the line needs to be, but it's definitely, I'm not seen. Nobody sees me as working. Nobody sees me as having a hard time. Nobody freaking sees me. I don't know if you can relate to that. One of my friends had just shared this article online last night, and it was so good. It was like validation. It's like, girl, I see you. You're up at like 2 a.m. You're having a hard time sleeping because you're worrying about everything. While your husband peacefully sleeps and all of your children are sleeping, but you check that baby monitor one more time, and I don't have a baby monitor, but I got it. I've been there. You zoom in, make sure that they're breathing, but you don't trust technology, and maybe somebody looped it and the video feed, and you got to make sure and just touch them for yourself, and they're breathing and they're sleeping good, and you're like, oh yeah, I forgot about that load of laundry, and so you go down and you forgot. Maybe let's check the doors. Got to check all the doors, make sure they're locked. Just do one final sweep and grab that laundry and come back upstairs, and your husband's snoring away. That's a problem for me. I don't know. That's like argumentative point blank. And it's like, I've recorded about this, but I really have a hard time when I'm struggling to sleep and my husband's snoring in my face. I don't know. That's just me. That's just like, if I'm not sleeping, you shouldn't be sleeping. So I'm having a hard time with all the things. With apparently I have PTSD, with feeling alone, with feeling not seen and not heard. God knows how many arguments I've had with my husband about, you aren't seeing me. You aren't listening to me. And it's like, so, how do you deal with it? There are a ton of ways, right? So I suggest therapy is one. Okay, hands down, therapy. You should do that. Journaling is another way for me. I have a really awesome sense of vocabulary, I feel, and I am able to put descriptive words together and formulate sentence and paragraphs, and I will journal the heck. I have so many notebooks. It's not even funny. I have a whole pile of notebooks of all of the things, like just every single feeling. 90% negative. So that's something I started when I was in therapy, when my husband cheated on me in 2014, and something that I kind of kept going. I mean, I've always been, like randomly. So my ex-husband, Liam's dad, had brought me a box that was at his house. Like, apparently I didn't grab all of my things, and he brought me my high school diploma was in there. Like, didn't even know. Well, I mean, I knew it was missing, but it was like one of those things nobody ever asked, so I didn't go searching for it. But a bunch of my planners from high school and my college days. And so I write everything in my plan, or used to write everything in my planners to the day, to the T. Like, this is all the homework. This is what happened. Like, this is what I need to remember. And so it was pretty comical to go back through. So this, my podcast, me talking to myself by myself, you would think that they'd be crazy person, psychotic, next level, but I have a microphone and I'm sharing it with the world, so technically it's okay. So that's my other therapeutic. And it used to be blogging. I used to have a pretty adamant blog that I used to have, and I kind of shut that down, and I need to get back in there. I think I need to take all of my journals and kind of transcribe it into my blog. So look out for that. But my other crutch, my other way in dealing with it, I call it a crutch. It really is a crutch. Y'all, drinking. I don't support that. But that's how Stephanie deals. I drink because I'm trying to just be able to calm down from the day and just kind of be able to rewind and be able to reset to be able to be better for the next day. Does it always happen? Meh. Is drinking good for my liver? Meh. Is it yummy? Yes. So I am drinking this evening because I have a lot of PTSD symptoms. Not necessarily PTSD, but could be the case. Because feeling alone and feeling not heard and not seen. But I am here sharing that with you, and hopefully me sharing that with you and all of the things that I'm going through makes you feel less alone, and that is amazing for me. So I cheers to not being alone. Thanks, guys. Have a great night. Thanks for tuning in, guys. I appreciate all of your love and support. If you really loved today's episode, you should subscribe. And if you subscribe, then you get notifications of when my next episode launches. So another way to be super awesome would be to leave a rating and review, or recommend it to your friends and family. If you're wicked awesome, you've already done all three. Another way to keep up with me and my crazy family is check out my website at chaoticcompass.com, and I do blog and other stuff there. So I appreciate everything for you guys. I do this for you, so keep it up, because the more you subscribe, the more I do.